Hi, I'm Steve Dudash at IHT Wealth Management. Welcome to this week's Wealthcast. All right, we're not going to talk about the world events right now, North Korea, South Korea, and all that, because quite frankly, I don't think that's real. But I hope it plays out and it's real. But let's do some planning this week. Let's talk about what is real world planning for you. I was out with some friends earlier this week, and it got up in the conversation of how much do you really need to retire? You know, what does it really take to walk away from your job, move, things like that? And someone's like, oh, you need $1 million. I read somewhere you need $1 million. And I had to pause, and I had to really educate them a little bit on what that really means and how it really applies to your situation. And there's two real main parts here, but one, let me explain. $1 million, for instance, in an account isn't really $1 million because you need that money to last the rest of your life. And since most of us don't know how much longer we're going to live, let's say you're 65 years old and you retire or want to walk away from your job or work less, you need that bucket of money to last age 90, 95, 100, who knows how long, which means realistically you need that bucket of money to last forever. And what you're taking on distributions today, you need more 10 years from now to live that same lifestyle. You need way more 20 years from now to live that same lifestyle. So you need the bucket to grow still so that we can keep taking out today dollar distributions down the road. So the real number here, it's 3.5%. You've got $1 million bucket. You can draw 3.5% out of that bucket, given what's going on in the world right now. Know that it's going to inflation up, and know that there's a good chance you're never going to outspend all that money. Well, on $1 million, that's only 35 grand. So you're just sitting here thinking, I got $1 million. You really don't. You got 35 grand to work with each year. And that's a big distinction to be made here. You know, people are saving and they're doing good things and they look at their accounts like, I got $1 million, that's great. Well, that's great if you only need 35 grand to live on. But if you need 100 to live on, you actually need closer to 3 million. If you need 150 or 200, you can do the math from there. You might need $5-10 million in accounts that you can draw an income off of the rest of your life. So keep that in mind when you're looking at your allocations, and where this part two really comes into play here is keep that in mind when you're talking about how much those distributions are, because if you need more than that 35 grand on your $1 million, well, interest rates are still ultra low and cash is earning essentially zero, which means you need to take more risk in that account in order to get a higher distribution rate out of there. And that's the part that I consistently see people not taking into an account when they're looking at their overall pictures. How much do I need to live in my lifestyle today, in today dollars? How much money do I have? And how big does that bucket need to be one day in order to live that lifestyle? So I know we've gone through a lot here in kind of short order, but if you have any questions or if you want to get into real details about your situation, about what we can do for you, or are you on track to have options down the road, call or email anytime. I hope this helps. Have a nice weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.